Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I want to say welcome aboard to all of our new members too. I noticed that we had some new community members joining us for our tarot reads, so welcome. I had a couple of comments about the totem animals as well. So somebody was saying dogs were important to them. They tend to be drawn to them throughout their lives as well. So I did pull the dog card from the deck. It represents friend. It says, today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I'm a protector and a friend. So you might be somebody who's very fiercely loyal and you look out for the people very close to you. You are that protector. You may be somebody who tends to see the brighter side of things, or tends to be a little bit more optimistic. I'll also tell you too, these dogs may be coming to you at a time when you're not feeling these things, when you're not feeling the enthusiasm, you're not feeling the optimism. You're maybe feeling a little bit lonelier, like you could enjoy that sort of that friendship or that companionship. Pay attention to what's going on in your life when these creatures tend to be drawn to you too, because it may be a message to take on some of their qualities, as well as very important to pay attention to the circumstances when these animals are coming to us, because the animal itself may be a message to take on their energy or to change our energy as well. The dog is definitely a great animal totem to have. Tori Sacco, you had a few birds the other day. It's funny, none of those birds are in my deck, but I do know that birds are messengers. You said you also found a feather as well. And feathers do tend to be a message from spirit. So I'm telling you, you were not alone in your visit the other day, because it sounds like you had quite a bit of company and a message as well in that feather. I'm going to tuck that guy aside, and we are going to get going with our read here today. So I'm getting pulled in this direction over here with these energy cards. Let's go ahead and see what message the collective needs to hear today. What do you guys got going on? What does spirit need you guys to know today? What's the most important message the collective needs to hear? Interesting. A merry motive is popping forward. Oh, what is the energy behind this card? It's not what I usually feel. It doesn't speak to your energy. This card is not your energy. This is like somebody else's motive, what somebody else has going on, what somebody else's intentions are. I keep feeling in that card like it's someone else. It's someone else. Divine Matrix is how everything is interconnected. Everything happens for a reason. We're all connected. It does tend to speak to karma too, right? So what we send out there, we get back. Divine Matrix, where do you fit? In perfect harmony and beyond the ordinary. And the land between. This is interesting. I am getting very different energies from these cards. It feels like some of this energy belongs to one person and some of this energy belongs to somebody else. Beyond the ordinary. It's like I can see somebody moving forward with their lives. Somebody coming into sort of this beyond the ordinary. I mean, look how powerfully beautiful that card is. Look at all the color, the punch of the color, the beauty and the art here. And I feel like somebody's coming into this beautiful, graceful energy. Somebody's finding their harmony and their balance. And I do feel the Divine Matrix and the positivity that comes from this card is tied to the energy that's tied to beyond the ordinary. And it's like whoever has done this change, whoever's done this flip, whoever's moving into this beautiful chapter of their life, they are starting to find, and beyond anything else, I feel happiness. Somebody is starting to find happiness. So whatever they've been through, the healing is really coming forward, or really starting to let go and sever those ties and just focus on positivity and focus on moving forward and their journey. But then I get this card and I get told the word stuck, and I have this distinct impression that someone is stuck. So it's like there's an energy moving on and moving forward and finding this great happiness and finding maybe optimism or opportunity, and then somebody's stuck. This one's tied to merry motive. So this is tied to the person who's stuck. This is tied to somebody who cannot seem to move on. I do feel like it's after a parting ways. It's a parting of ways with this other energy that beyond the ordinary is representing. It's like they can't move past it. They can't move past the past. They're still stuck on it. They're still dwelling in. I keep getting told intentions by spirit. So somebody choosing to be stuck and somebody choosing to dwell in the past like dwelling in the past is what's keeping them here. It's what's keeping them stuck. It's like that their intention becomes then not to move on. Their intention becomes not to heal, not to find a future. It's just that focus, that hyper focus. So somebody's choosing to keep themselves stuck. So we do have two different energies. One who's moving on and moving forward, and one who's staying stuck. And then I'm getting pulled to a different deck here. So we'll set those guys aside and we'll see what message comes forward. So Spirit, can you please give me clarification on this read for the collective, those ones? And those ones needed to come out. Yeah. Judging a book by its cover, judging you without facts. This is, I gotta tell you, this is Mary Motive, the Lamb Between, whoever this person who is stuck, this stuck energy. It's like hyper focus on the one who's moving away, the one who's reaching beyond the ordinary, the one who's finding harmony and balance. There's jealousy here. There's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of focus. Is this person moving on? Is this person starting a new life maybe with somebody else? I feel like somebody is just thinking a bunch of crazy crap. They're thinking that this person's moving on. They're getting married. They're having this life. They're da-da-da-da-da-da. Because they just like can't let go of it. Like that piece of things is over. These energies have separated. Heal and move on with your life like this person has done. But this person can't seem to do that. They're just, like I said, dwelling, stuck, jealousy, a lot of negative emotions going with that. Interesting. There's a choice to make. So this one shows 2 roses. It says loves you and loves somebody else. It's interesting because I got to tell you, this card, I get pulled back over here too. I have the distinct impression that whatever went wrong between these 2 energies, it's like the one who's stuck in dwelling is the one who created the situation to begin with. And they may have been looking elsewhere. They may have been inappropriate outside of the relationship, like with other people, flirting. I don't know if this was an affair or what this was, but I do feel like they were the ones who caused the disrespect. They were the ones who caused the situation that became a parting of ways. They have nobody to blame but themselves, but they're super angry at this other person for walking away. I feel like they're angry at somebody else for moving on. They can't get over it. Heart is blocked, unable to let love in. That's interesting. Now this person's absolutely blocked because they're hyper focused. Keep feeling like nothing else can get forward. This is just like, it's so bloody stuck. It's so bloody stuck. Like, move on, buddy. Move on. This piece of things is done. It's time to let go. It's time to move on with your life, to find the healing, the happiness that this person has chosen to do. It's so much dwelling. It's so much dwelling, and it is putting up a wall around them that's stopping love, that's stopping positivity, that's stopping all sorts of good things from coming through, because nothing can get through that wall. And it's hard to read you, playing hard to get. Yeah, I keep feeling like this ties back to this, there was a choice to make. It ties back to Mary Motive. It ties back to this situation that this person created that caused the parting of ways. It's like the energy strikes me as being very emotionally immature. So somebody who does not know how to have like an adult relationship. Lots of games involved, lots of head games, lots of emotional manipulation. That's what I was feeling like this loves you, loves someone else. I don't know that it was love somebody else. I think it was to make you jealous, to make you insecure, to make you chase. So I don't know if they actually went out and did anything, but whatever they were doing, it was not to go out and find love somewhere else. It was just to create a situation that would make you chase them harder or make you work harder to try and get their affection and to get their attention. It was a game. It's like this person plays games and games and games. And then it created, like I said, it created the situation where Beyond the Ordinary just said, hell no, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm worth more than that. I don't have to play these games. And they stepped away from it. And they found harmony. They found healing. They're finding happiness, moving on, not dealing with negative energies in their life or people who are users or game players anymore. It brings in that harmony. It brings in that balance, not having to have the drama and the BS. No mental, yeah, different in intelligence. Like I said, like this person is just, they're very low vibrational. Whoever, the stuck energy is extremely low vibrational. They just don't get it. They don't get it. And they're actually pissed off at this person for leaving and not coming back and chasing them more. That's what it's just like. It kind of blows me away what I can feel in their energy, and I can feel those thoughts and those intentions. They're actually pissed off that this person isn't coming back to chase them. They're pissed off that this person has closed the book on them, written them off, and is moving on with their life. Is they expect you to just come back and chase. Well, nobody's going to do that forever. Like, that's ridiculous. And it just shows how immature they are and how underdeveloped and low vibrational they are to think that that's normal and that's something that someone's going to do. Cultural differences, family does not approve. No, I'll tell you what I feel coming from this card. This may be a circle that they run in, or people that they admire. They admire that player attitude. They think that player attitude is cool. So everybody chasing you, being real desirable, everyone trying to flirt with you, everyone chasing, doing the work. They think it's cool to act like a player. That's what it is. As I'm not saying this is cultural differences or it has anything to do with the family. That's what I get told when I pick up this card, when I touch this card. That is the message that comes forward from my guides. This person thinks it's cool to act like a player. If they see people who do it, like celebrities or people around them, if they got friends that do it, they admire that. They absolutely admire it. They're like, man, that person's cool. I want to be like that. I want everybody to chase me, and I'm not going to give anybody anything. This is cool to be a player and to flirt, and, everybody desires me and chases me around. Well, somebody who's looking for love is not going to spend their life chasing someone who's immature like that. They don't understand. It is the weirdest thing that I can't quite grasp, and it just surprises me. This person does not understand that that's unreasonable to expect somebody to chase them for the rest of their life, to give them nothing or breadcrumb them. Because even when they were nice, I don't know that they were overly nice, and it was very short-lived. It was like breadcrumbs. It was a game. It's all a game for this person. Yeah, exactly. Not enough fire to launch, mistakes prevent takeoff. Like, this relationship between these two people could never really go anywhere, could never progress to something more committed, to something more or deeper, emotionally deeper, a deep emotional connection, because this person's not there. They're not there. They're not mature enough to do that. They don't know how to do it. And they think it's cool to do what they're doing, this game playing. But it undermines anything, right? It never gives anything a chance to take off. It never allows them a chance to find a loving connection, if that's even what they're looking for, because they're just constantly self-sabotaging with their choices and their behavior, pushing people away. That's interesting. And that might be part of where our divine matrix comes into play. Everything happens for a reason. And a lot of times everything happens in its own time, but it does happen for a reason. It says blocks are for highest good. This relationship coming to an end was for this person's higher good. Because this beyond the ordinary energy is somebody who is seeking an adult connection. This one wants a proper relationship, a partnership, a loving, caring partnership, and this person can't give it to them. So as long as they're wasting their time pissing around with this person, they can't find what they're looking for. This one's a time waster. So having this come to an end actually took this person out of this one's life so that this one could move on and they could find their happiness. Everything does happen for a reason, I'm telling you that. Misunderstandings, communication problems, I think is a bloody understatement dealing with this person. I don't think they know how to have proper adult conversations or to talk about their feelings. Even if they felt like a deep connection for somebody or a deep attraction, I don't think they would say it. I keep getting in this card, this is not somebody who's comfortable with being vulnerable, because they see that as weakness, which is why they're also drawn to being a player. They feel like it gives them control, it gives them the upper hand, it gives them that strength. They don't want to be vulnerable with anybody. So they're not going to communicate what they're really feeling. They're not going to get really deep and be like, I really care for you. I'm very attracted to you. I would like to have a future with you, but I have these hang-ups and maybe I'm afraid of rejection or I'm afraid of da-da-da-da-da-da. Never. No way in a million years would the Mary motive person say that to be the beyond the ordinary person. It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. They would not be able to show that level of vulnerability at all. That's interesting because I gotta tell you, I do see the pair here. Oh, see, that makes a lot of sense. Like, I don't feel like this is something that was destined to come together. This was destined to be together. I do get pulled back to Divine Matrix again, and everything happens for a reason. I think you were meant to teach them a lesson. I think you were meant to be a trigger for this person to stop being a player and to really take a deep look at what they're wanting in life when it comes to partnership and what their priorities are. I think that's what you were meant to do. I tell you, everything I'm feeling from the cards at this point says that this person has not done this. But I think that's why you came to them. Because everybody comes together for a reason. There's always lessons to be taught here. And I keep feeling like you were supposed to teach them to not be like this. They're supposed to be able to recognize, hey, here's somebody who's open. Here's somebody who's honest. Here's somebody who's looking to build. Here's someone who my heart will be safe with. So I can open up and be vulnerable and let the rest of this crap go. I don't feel like this person picked up on that message at all. Manipulation. Okay, so this one says manipulation spells. The spell has been casted. I'll be honest with you guys. I really don't believe in that stuff. I feel like those who do believe in it, it can actually affect you. If you don't believe in it, it will not affect you in any way, shape, or form. What I do feel in this card, and I gotta tell you, I don't feel spells, but I keep feeling intent. I get pulled back to intent. And this person is, like you said, like their thoughts are consumed by what happened on wanting this person to come back and speak to them. So I would not call it a spell, but I do feel like they're sending the energy out there to try and mentally connect with this person to reel them back in. But the thing is, this person is on a much higher vibrational level that this one cannot reach. Like there is no connection there. There is no connecting because this person's so far beyond where our low vibrational person is in the Mary motives. Like it's just not happening. But I keep seeing like sending those thoughts out, hoping that this person will come back. It'll reel them back in. Avoiding the problem. Yeah, denying their feelings are a problem. Denying their feelings. That is the problem. They don't want to talk about nothing. They don't want to say nothing out loud. They feel like it's weakness. They don't want to give in to that. They always want to be on top. You make them nervous. Because you are a more mature energy too. Beyond the ordinary, this person is a much higher vibrational energy. They're more mature. They're more stable. And then this person, it does make them insecure to be around that. It does make them feel immature. But like, again, they don't know how to communicate things like that. Instead, they just play the games. They play the games. It's like their way of sort of protecting themselves. Like this person they're very emotionally and mentally immature. Very much so. I'm not saying they're a horrible, terrible person. They got a lot of growing to do. This one has a whole lot of growing to do and probably a lot of shadow work to do as well. Let's keep going here. These ones. And these ones wanted to pop forward too. Yeah. I keep feeling like you had this vibe about this person too. About their game playing and about them being immature. And it was just this feeling like, I'm trying to describe it because as an empath, I get the energies and the emotions. So I'm trying to put it into words, what I feel coming off of this card. It's like this, kind of like your spidey sense is going off. And you're like, what's up with this person? Why are they being like this? Why would they act like this? If this person wants to have a relationship with me, then why are they behaving this way? It was just like a disconnect to you too. Like you couldn't understand it because you are more mature, you are more stable, you are more ascended and higher vibrational. So this kind of like really immature high schooly crap just doesn't make sense to you. So you're feeling like, why would you have to be like this? I don't know if you even said that to this person at one point where you were like, hey, like here I am. I'm open to you. I don't treat you like garbage. I'm always caring and kind and try and be thoughtful and all these things. So why are you not opening up to me? Why do you feel the need to play these baby games, right? Space is needed. Space is needed. I gotta tell you, like, I know you came to this person for a reason. I know that you came to them to help wake them up and to teach them and for them to deal with their shadow work. I don't see like a coming back here being beneficial. I don't know if they're trying to draw you back, but like this person needs to, I gotta say it's like they need to have lost you. They need to realize that they've lost you and that you're moving on and that you're happy. That might be the thing that shakes them awake, is that real loss and being like, oh shit, what did I do? You know? And then really starting to think about it because they're still in game playing from what I can feel in the cards. It's like, this is what needs to happen, but we're not there yet. Yeah, you stand your ground. You are intelligent. And it is intimidating for this person to deal with somebody who's so mature and who's so smart and who's so grounded. They have no idea how to handle that. Absolutely no idea. Yeah. I don't see you really wanting to bring this energy back in. Because it was just so confusing. It was so utterly confusing trying to figure out like why the hell they're playing these games. You haven't done nothing to make it seem like you're mistrustful or kind of, you've always been supportive, grounded, stable, encouraging, all of those things. Like you just can't figure out why they're behaving this way. That's a lot of extra stress. That's a lot of extra confusion. Yeah. It was a lesson. It was a lesson. The card says they'll never change. I don't want to say never, because I feel like we always have the ability to choose change. I think it's very unlikely that this person will choose change. I think you were supposed to be the trigger to help them change. Like I said, as far as I can see in the cards now and the energies I'm getting, this person is still choosing to stay the way that they were. Overthinking, absolutely. Overthinking. This person cannot let this go. They're still hyper-focused on you. They're hyper-focused on what you're up to. If you're moving on with your life, they're pissed off that you're not coming back, that you're not playing this game with them like everybody else plays the game with them. Yeah, not quite grown. Immaturity. Absolutely immaturity. This person's very immature. You guys are on two completely different levels. I just kept feeling that in the cards. Two completely different levels. We're going to move on to a tarot deck. So what tarot deck Spirit belongs to? Really that one again? We're using this one again today. Okay. All right, Spirit, you're the boss. So can you please give us some clarification about this read? These ones here wanted to come forward. And then I'm going to tuck that guy out of the way. All right. Let's see what we got here. 10 of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles. See, you were like that steady Eddie. That's what the Knight of Pentacles is. It is a steady Eddie. It's somebody who's sort of, they might move a little bit slower, but they always get to the finish line. They're always somebody you can count on. They're very stable, very grounded. It's like you're looking to build this legacy with someone, looking to build a life situation, a home situation. You were looking for, in the 10 of Pentacles, it's like family. You were looking for that kind of home situation with someone, and even give and take partnership. You were willing to put in the time, you're willing to put in the effort, but only if somebody's willing to give it back, right? That 6 of Wands, that recognition and reward, it's like this person couldn't recognize what they had when they had it. They should have been celebrating having you as a partner, having found somebody who was stable, somebody who was willing to give, somebody who was willing to work towards things. They could have had this awesome Six of Wands energy. See all the celebration happening there? You can feel the happiness on the card. Like they could have had that joy with you. They could have. But they chose to stay in an immature way. They chose to keep driving things in the direction that they did that would inevitably end in the two of you parting ways. The Six of Wands is still open to you. Not with this energy. I think you're finding it within yourself, and you're finding it being single. You're finding your own celebration, your own happiness, and inevitably you will attract the attention of somebody who is equal to you and somebody who will share it with you. Now the High Priestess. I tell you, this is your energy, this High Priestess, this She Who Knows card. And what I feel more than anything in this card is like a wisdom. So you might be a bit of an old soul too, but I do feel like mature, very mature. And like so you can't understand baby games because you're too mature for that. You're too higher vibrational for that. Keep feeling in here like she who knows, she who knows. It's what I keep getting told, she who knows. I'm going to grab some more. Sometimes Spirit will give me extra messages as I move forward the Knight of Swords. It's like you couldn't understand why this person was always looking for a fight, or this person was always looking for conflict. This person always had their sword out. And I don't feel like it made sense to you. You don't feel like that kind of energy who's like always looking to pick a fight, especially when you take on like a partner, a romantic partner. Your intentions are always to grow and build together, right? To explore a loving and caring connection. Something, a much softer energy. You're not looking to scrap it out. You're not looking to fight. This person was like always trying to, I don't know if they were trying to provoke you into a fight. I know they were trying to provoke your jealousy, to try to make you insecure. They were absolutely trying to provoke it. But I just keep feeling, again, I get pulled to the High Priestess and like, I'm so much above that I don't understand why the hell somebody would do it. Like, it doesn't make sense. Seven of Cups. You were meant to be a trigger. You were meant to try and teach this person, hey, it's time to stop and think about your choices. Think about your options. Choose your behavior wisely. Do you want to stay in this weird low vibrational energy where you just wind up in arguments and these relationships that don't go anywhere? Or do you want a chance with somebody who can really build with you? Somebody who you can build a future with, a real future with. Because if that's what you want, you got to change what you're doing. That's what you were supposed to teach them. And you did your part. It's not like you didn't do your job. You did your part in offering your energy, offering your wisdom, offering your love and your understanding. Just you being there was the opportunity for them to learn. They were the ones that chose to completely ignore it. Yeah, they are Five of Cups. They are dwelling over the past. They're absolutely dwelling and hyper-focused. They don't see nothing in the future. They don't see nothing good. They're just hyper-focused on this. And they just want to pull it back into another cycle. I keep feeling like they would be absolutely thrilled if somehow you would agree to play this game with them again. Which doesn't make any sense to me either. Like, if you want a future with somebody and you enjoy their company well enough to keep them around, why wouldn't you treat them kind? Why wouldn't you work to build something constructive? Because it would still be the games. They're so into the games. They think it's so cool to be a player. It helps them feel less insecure. It helps them to, probably they feel like, protect their heart on some level. But it doesn't get them anywhere. It keeps them from finding any kind of love. And they hang around and take up with low vibrational people. And I think that's part of what was going on here with flirting. Like really trashy, low vibrational people. And you are so classy and so beyond that was another thing you couldn't understand. You're like, here I am, mature and grown. I got some class. And you're like flirting it up or trying to make me jealous with these really trashy people. Like, it didn't make any sense to you. Like, go be with trashy people then if you want trashy people. Because you're far beyond that. See, you have class. You have class. The other people they're taken up with and that they're trying to make you jealous of, absolutely don't. Absolutely don't. And I'll tell you about the Seven of Pentacles. You reap what you sow as well. So that karma coming back, that karma meaning of the divine matrix, is that you're reaping what you sow. So you're sending this beautiful, positive, high vibrational energy out into the universe. You don't take garbage from people. You're not going to settle for less. You know your self-worth and you're mature. You will attract in. Again, that tells me you will attract in exactly what you're looking for when the time is right. You will cross paths with that person. And that also speaks to, as long as they keep this cycle going, as long as they choose to stay in low vibrational energy, they will forever get the same results that they have always gotten. The Seven of Swords, sneaky. But even in this, I feel like game playing energy, strategy, right? Planning, strategy. I was like, all the games were designed to keep you playing. And to take your confidence away, undermine your confidence, build their ego as you chase and chase and chase. They didn't expect you to be so strong and mature. I don't think they understand that. I don't think they've dealt with a lot of people like you who are just too mature and refuse to play the game. So I think it caught them off guard and they didn't really know what to do with it. They don't see, and even in the card, it's like, I don't understand why you're not playing the game. Because I think they're used to people who will just keep coming back to them and doing this cycle over again. So they're not used to people who are smarter and higher vibrational, who are just like, well, if you're going to be a jerk, then you can piss off, right? So I feel like they're confused as well. They don't get it. And they're not healing. They're doing nothing to heal. They're actively dwelling in this entire situation and hanging on to you and refusing to admit that they were the ones that caused this situation to come apart. It was their choices. It was their behavior. It was their game playing that brought an end to the relationship. So they can't look anywhere else. They have no right to be pissed off at anybody else. If they wanted it to be a relationship, then they should have done their shadow work. They should have done their maturing, and they should have actively worked to try and build something with you. You would have been the one to do it. Because you're mature and grounded. They won't get any of that from the low vibrational people that they're working with. See? But we're not looking at that. We don't want to do our shadow work. We don't want to delve into our feelings. We want to ignore all of that. And we want to just stay in this low vibrational way of being because it's easier. It's easier to play games than it is to face real emotions. Ooh, that's weird. As Temperance card, I keep feeling like you guys were just too different. You can see. And Temperance a lot speaks of balance. It speaks of patience. I just feel like two completely different. Like you guys were just so completely different. You were so far beyond where they're at. There is like no ability for them to ever give you what you needed. You were there to set an example so that they could step it up and they could do some growing. But they chose not to do it, so it could never become anything more. Because you need more than that. You need a higher vibrational person. Yeah, you are the strength card too. You are powerful. I think you're okay with being independent. You're okay with building for yourself. You find strength in yourself. You don't have to look for it in others. This person has to look for it in others, in the games and in people chasing them. That's where they find their strength. It builds their ego. You don't need that kind of outside stuff because you are more mature. You can find it for yourself, within yourself. That's part of knowing your self-worth. The Five of Pentacles. They're just, I just feel like they're missing you. I just keep feeling like this missing, regret, missing. They miss having you around. Because you were stable and you were mature. And they did enjoy that. They just didn't know what to do with it. It scared the hell out of them. But they liked it. They liked having you around. They miss having you around. That's why they're dwelling. But like I said, you're so far above that. The Two of Pentacles. You know what's really interesting in this card? You can see the waves in the background, the chaos of the waves. And the boat's all tipped up crazy. And this figure is on the beach. Solid ground. Away from the crazy. Away from the drama. She's found balance. She's looking happy. This is your energy. This is the beyond the ordinary energy. finding happiness in and harmony in that balance, and being away from the chaos and the drama that this other person brought. Just like, whoa. Because like I said, I start to tap into that energy and reach into it, and all I can feel is just like super confused and like stressed out because I don't understand it. The Eight of Pentacles. It is the Apprentice card. It does speak of learning. It speaks of teaching too. Like I said, you came together with this person for a reason. You were supposed to teach them. You're supposed to trigger them. I don't think the opportunity for the lesson is over yet. If they think about it long enough, and some, they always have that option for change and to start looking in a different direction. I see them charging forward like a fool though. Absolutely blind. Like we're choosing to ignore the lesson. We don't want to look at it. We're just blindly jumping off the cliff. Still charging ahead. King of Pentacles. That's weird. This King of Pentacles, a lot of times he speaks of somebody who's mature and somebody who's confident. I don't feel that in this card. It's really weird. And usually he speaks to stability too. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so my guides told me that this is how this person would like to see themselves. When this person, this mere emotive person who we're talking about, this low vibrational person, like deep down, what they will probably never say to anybody else, when they think about who they want to be and who they wish they were, it's mature, it's confident, and it's not really like everybody coming at you and everybody loving you, but it is being admired. They want to be admired. They want to be recognized. They want to be accomplished. They want to be successful. They said they want to be like the energy that comes off of this King of Pentacles card. And he's kind of like this mature, calmness, stable, somebody who would, I don't know, run their own business or be a CEO or really high up in something. That's how they would like to see themselves. Now, I also got told very distinctly by my guides that the people around them would not support that. Okay, so the low vibrational people they hang out with their friends, they would not support this person finding or pursuing a path of success where they can achieve financially. They can achieve in like having their own business or being very high up in a business. This mature, calm, stable energy, their friends would think it's ridiculous because their friends are low vibrational players too. So they would have a hard time breaking out of where they're at. They would basically have to do all their shadow work, all their maturing, cut all their ties with the people who they hang out with, and like completely just go away and live a different life to be able to have this. But this is what they really do want deep down inside. And that makes sense that that's why they were so attracted to you. That's why they can't let you go. And that's why they stay focused on you. Because you're somebody who gives off that energy. So when they think about this type of life and they think about having a partner by their side, it would be somebody who can equal that. And you're somebody who would equal that with that real powerful but calm, cool, collected, and confident energy. And that's why they can't let you go, because in a way you also represent who they would like to be. That makes a lot of sense. Five of Swords. You know what? And this Five of Swords, it is, selfish victories or victories at the cost of others. I've said this before in some of my earlier reads, what it reminds me of, and I'm getting it in this one. If you guys ever watched The Office, Michael misquotes things all the time. They were making fun of him in one episode, and one of the quotes was, she cut off her nose to spider face instead of to spider face. And that's what it reminds me of. In my family, we call it spider facing. Spider facing. And that's what this person did. It's like they spider faced. They had right in front of them what they really wanted. And somebody who would support them in completely detaching from the crap and starting a new journey and growing and maturing. They had that opportunity to come into the King of Pentacles energy like they really deeply desire. But they got lost in all the crap. They got lost in all their shadows. They got lost in all the hang-ups and their lower vibrational friends. And they got lost in all that BS, and they allowed themselves to stay stuck in it. And with full of fear, and then to drive these games and to shove you away. So you were the opportunity for them to start moving in that direction, having the life that they wanted. But they chose to deny it, and they chose to spider face. They did it to themselves. They absolutely did it to themselves. And they're choosing still to stay blind to it. Choosing to stay blind. Yes, in the Eight of Swords, the figure is bound and blindfolded, but the binds are always loose. So this figure can always undo the binds, which means they can take off their blindfold, and the swords are spaced far enough apart that they can walk through them. They are choosing to stay stuck. This person is choosing to stay stuck in their life situation with their relationships, and not moving forward to find the successful type of life that they want. Even in this, look, the wind is blowing against her and she's resisting it. She's hanging on to that wand. She's dug in, she's stubborn, and she's resisting. I know that's not, if you look up the Three of Wands, it's not what the Three of Wands means, but that is what I'm being told in this card. That is the energy, that is the emotion, that is the message from my guides. This person's being stubborn. They're being stubborn, they're choosing to stay blind because it's easier than facing the truth that's standing right in front of them. It's easier than dealing with their emotional side and being open emotionally. They don't want to get hurt, so they're just going to shut it all down. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands can represent a new beginning. You were an opportunity for a new beginning. Like I said, I know the one card said they will never change, and I didn't want to say never, because I didn't feel it really cemented in never. I think it's quite unlikely. But as long as you came into their life, it's like that seed. You planted the seed. Maybe someday it will take. Maybe it won't. I wouldn't wait around to find out with this one. The Magician. This person's too busy trying to be the magician to realize that all of this BS and all the games that they're playing and all the manipulation and all that crap is just spider facing them out of what they want. Interesting. The Hierophant, the Knight of Cups. You were like this Hierophant energy. You were trying to offer wisdom. You were trying to show the way. You were the opportunity to be a guiding light and a mentor in how to mature, how to grow, and how to build for the future. You offered them love, but they rejected it by playing all this crap. So now you're looking elsewhere. You're looking elsewhere because you don't need this garbage anymore. I keep seeing that in the Knight of Cups, looking elsewhere. And I'll tell you the thing about this figure is not looking backwards, are they? They're looking forwards. So you're not looking back at what this one's doing in your past. You're moving forward. Absolutely. Even though I can almost see somebody trying to tug at the cape. That's like this person from your past trying to get your attention. And that's what the stupid manipulation spells card was all about. It wasn't about spells, it was about intent and energy, and that they're sending it out to you. So they're trying to grab you through energy, trying to pull you back in, hoping you notice them, hoping you come back. You're too far gone for that though. You're too far into your future. You're too far finding harmony, finding happiness, finding balance, too happy not to be dealing with the crazy ass drama anymore, happy to have your feet back on solid ground, have stability, be out of this crazy confusion. Like absolutely, you want no part of whatever this was that was going on. And so this person can long for you all that they want, but that will not bring you back. So now their path, and this is what I don't think they realize, their path is completely separate from yours now. No matter what they do, these paths are now separate. And so it's up to them what they want their path to look like, because it will not include you. As far as you're concerned and what I can feel in the cards, their path will not include you anymore. So they need to decide what they want their path to look like. If they want to stay stuck in the anger and stuck in the BS and stuck in the low vibrational people, or if they want to learn the lesson that you brought forward to them, the opportunity to grow, right? That seed, allow that seed to germinate and start making different choices so that they can find their path to what they really want in life. Because I think you're doing it. I don't know if they're still aware that you're doing it. You're finding happiness, you're finding balance. Oh yeah, Queen of Swords. You're not looking for it. You just want somebody honest. You want somebody to step forward who will just be honest and true about who they are. No games. Just absolutely no games. Like the Seven of Wands and the Justice card. Like, you don't have time for games. If somebody's not coming forward, who is mature, who is balanced, who's willing to do an even give and take, who's honest, who's loyal, like, don't bother. Just don't bother coming at all then. You don't need that kind of garbage. It is a waste of your time. And I see that you're only open to high vibrational people like yourself. High vibrational, mature people who are stable and looking to build. And that's why I know, like, this, no matter what happens here, this one's not coming back. This piece of things is done, and there is a separation of ways here. So I was like, it's up to this person, you know, which way they want to go with that. What they want this next chapter of their life to look like, because it sure ain't going to include you. So they can either sit and stew in it, or they can grow up. And they can mature and do the hard thing, and find their way to something more rewarding. I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't hold my breath, though. That's a lot of heavy work for somebody who's not really in the headspace for it, from what I can see in the cards and what I know they're surrounded by. They would have no support in doing that. They would get a lot of criticism, a lot of judgment. It would not be an easy path, so I wouldn't hold my breath on that one, guys. But kudos to you for recognizing your worth and for moving on to something better, healing, finding balance, and coming into this absolutely beautiful, beyond the ordinary energy. Absolutely, guys. All right, have a great rest of your day.